This playthrough is rated M for mature.
Hey, does this look like an amateur music video cover for you? You know, someone looking off to the left for or right for no reason, and someone standing forward. Just had to have Rex looking behind us. It would have been perfect. Greetings and salutations, viewers. Vauldemare back here with another episode of Mass Effect. In the last episode, we did all the background origin missions for the Spacer and Colonist, and took a little while because we were seeing all the variables. But this time, we're gonna see.
Being in the city must feel good after digging through rocks at that Prothean ruin.
No, cities and stations were always my mother's area of comfort. I actually enjoy the solitude of dig sites.
I'm surprised. I've never met an Asari who didn't prefer clean clothes and a hot bath.
Yeah, but I prefer that. Yeah, actually, that's kind of appropriate because she kind of acts like that, kind of really for the rest of the series when you think about it. Not to spoil anything for the most part, but I'm sorry, I'm spinning everything around too much. I was seeing if I was going to actually get some dialogue this time around. But anyway, we're going to see the end of the Asari diplomacy,
Commander
just
Shepard?
seeing what's the difference between if you had talked to her or finished the mission without even realizing you were doing a mission for her in the first place. And then we'll get back to actually playing as my main character this time, the actual main file, and doing completing some of the missions here at the Citadel. There's a couple we need to at least tie off and to get activated to the next one, especially talking to Kohoku, because then they'll unlock another set of quests that'll help us out. So we'll see how far we get today. Hopefully we'll do some more planet hopping today. I didn't expect the last episode to go as long as it did, or at least as long as the Citadel. I thought I'd get more done, but oh well, that's just how it is. All right. Well, anyway, let's talk to Nassana and see what she says about, you know, her sister actually being a pirate and all this other stuff. You lied to me.
Yes, Shepard? Did you find my sister?
What's wrong with your eyes? It looks like you're about to fall asleep, or you're trying to give me the smolder or something like that. Yeah. Oh, I gotta choose that.
Dahlia's dead. I killed her myself. If you don't want to end up like her, start talking.
No need to raise your voice, Commander. Surely you can understand why I lied to you. If people found out my sister was a criminal, I'd be considered a security risk. They'd revoke my clearance, or place me on administrative leave until she was apprehended. That is why I misled you. I could not risk you exposing me. But now that Dahlia is out of the picture, it's no longer a problem.
Yeah, it kind of looks like the lazy eye. Well, I mean, technically that's not a lazy eye, but that's kind of the joke in the community. It was called the lazy eye because it's just the eye's doing weird things at times when it's not supposed to, and you're like, okay, and it's just the models being weird or whatever. So I don't like being used. She deserved to die. You should have told me.
I would have helped if you just told me the truth.
Perhaps you're right. I am sorry. We have trust issues in my family.
Obviously.
I shall transfer a little something into your account as a token of my appreciation. I'm sure you'll find the amount satisfactory.
Actually, it looks like she's high or on drugs or something like that. She's like, dude, I don't know what to tell you. I just got this crazy Shepard Spectre chick to kill my sister, man. It was totally radical. It better be. Okay, this one gets you some different results depending on what you choose here. Let me look it up really quick. It kind of depends. If you choose don't bother, you get 2 Paragon points and some experience, but you don't get a little extra bonus, which technically you can get later on. So it's not the biggest deal. It depends on when you do this mission, because the soonest you can do it is after a critical planet. So you can get this pretty early if you go through it pretty quickly. By this point in the game, it doesn't really matter which reward I get, because I'll get her reward anyway, just in another means. But fair enough, you get no morality points. And you just get the experience and some money for doing it. It better be gets me renegade points and XP, but none of the bonus. So doing the persuasion basically gets you. You don't get the morality points, but you do get the bonus for doing this. And like I said, you get this reward later anyway. But I've got a better deal for you.
You're a diplomat on her way up the ranks. Could be handy to have a Spectre who owes you a favor.
You make a good point. Anyone can come up with credits, but I can give you authorization to purchase prototype Asari mods. I will get you added to our manufacturer's preferred client list. I think you'd be very interested in what they have available. Goodbye, Shepard. It has been a pleasure doing business with you.
I like the fact I've been able to record some of the memory glitches. I was hoping they would pop up more often, but I wasn't sure. I was getting pretty lucky that most of the time it wasn't happening, but recently it has been. Maybe it's just how often I've been playing. Now we're kind of getting lucky. Do you have anything else to say?
Thank you for all your help.
No.
Shepard.
Okay, so what she gives us is the Armali Council license, and what that is it gives you mods, which it unlocks in the store. You do get this though. You do get this reward on the next mission which we'll learn about the next critical planet, but it's called Vauldemare, which is the final critical planet on the thing. If you go there, you can get this. You can get the license from there. But it just lets you buy biotic stuff. Let me look it up really quick. I don't remember the biotics being that great. You can buy Omni tools and biotic amps from them. Let's see. They have the Nexus tool, which at its highest gives you 15 shield bonus, 50 tech cooldown, and 5 meta charge. Which the tech cooldown isn't bad. That might be the best at that. And then the biotic amps, it gives you 25 duration, 0 power, and 40 cooldown. So if you're one who wants high power for your biotics, not really the best on that. So, but anyway, that's the reward for that. Well, now I'll show you. Well, not right now, but I will show you what the results are if you just kind of just do her job without realizing it. So, oh yeah, let's see what the journal says on that. All the missions I haven't done or skipped on this one. For helping Nassana deal with her sister, she has added you to the Armali Council client list. Now you can visit certain stores, and you will occasionally see the very rare and valuable Armali Council items made available to you. I don't know if I'd call them that valuable, but okay, whatever you say, game. Okay, so before we go on, I said I was going to show off, I think it's this file. I wanted to show off the extra Tali dialogue that I missed before. I think I either said chose too many negative things, too many renegade option things, like, I don't care, and so it buffed up that, or you're supposed to talk to her at a specific time. I don't quite remember, but she goes in a bit more detail about her family, with choice. I thought I'd show it off now. So this is after I finished the second planet, if I recall. Let me look at my save file. Usually you can tell by the colors. Yeah, I finished Novaria by this point. Okay. And I did it in what the game considers to be the order of things. Although you can play it however you like. It's just, really, it's better to play it however you like when you do New Game Plus. If you're playing the game brand new, it's best to just kind of follow what the game wants you to do at that point. Because then that way, like, the enemies, as well as like the choices that are effective via persuasion, kind of amp up in that order. But of course, if you're New Game Plusing it, doesn't matter. At that point, you're probably maxed out one of your stats anyway. So, hey, Tali, how's it going? I'm the nice Shepard this time.
Shepard, I'm glad you're here.
Oh, well, glad you're feeling better, I guess.
Good to see you smiling again, so to speak.
Yeah, you can't see her thing behind her
I'm
mask.
sleeping much better now. I guess I'm getting used to how quiet your ship is. I still think a lot about my pilgrimage, though. I know Steren's our top priority, but with all the worlds we go to, I was hoping to find something to bring back to the flotilla.
Yeah, I think because I had done her, mission by accident, like doing the Geth incursions and getting that data download, which, like I said, I knew I had notes about not getting it at that point, but I accidentally grabbed it without reading my notes. So by doing that, though, we skipped this line of dialogue because she talks about needing something for the flotilla. But if you already get it, there's no reason for her to talk about it, so it completely cuts this line of dialogue off. So is that why you're here? Like what? Don't worry, you'll find something. I know you will.
We've still got a long way to go. You'll find something to take back.
Yes, but it cannot just be some derelict ship my people can use for salvage. It has to be more than that. There's a lot expected of me.
I still like the fact you can just like go, I don't care about this. Why?
What's so special about you?
It's my father. He's the senior member of the Admiralty Board. He's one of only 5 people who can overrule the decisions of the Conclave for the good of the migrant fleet. My father is responsible for the lives of 17 million people. Our entire race is in his hands, and I'm his only child.
So basically, he's like the leader of any nation, really. So what's the difference between? Well, I guess because you guys are floating in space, and if someone makes a mistake, you all could die, I guess. But could that be the same set of all governments, really, when you think about it? So, yeah, you're royalty?
So are you some kind of heir to the Quarian throne or something?
No, it doesn't work that way. My father's position isn't hereditary. I'll probably never serve on the Admiralty Board myself. Officially, I'm just the same as any other citizen. But it doesn't work that way in practice. People have always treated me differently because of who my father is.
Oh, well, I mean, boo-hoo. No, I'm just, preferential treatment?
You must get all kinds of special privileges.
I probably had it easier than most growing up, but it's not all good. People like my father have enemies, and they're not above using me to get to him.
Yeah, well, it's being the same as being a child of a famous person, doesn't matter what profession. They'll try to butter you up to get to them if the parent cares about their child at all. Not all times, but yeah, I still like the fact that you, Renegade's like, I don't have time for this. Shut up. I have no idea. That's a lot of pressure.
That must be tough on you.
My people place a high value on family and ancestry. There's an unspoken expectation that I'll live up to my father's example. Everyone's waiting for me to do something great on my pilgrimage, something that will forever change our lives for the better. If I don't, it's like I failed, and that reflects badly on both me and my father.
Which is funny, if you don't give her that stuff for the pilgrimage, it doesn't really change the story that much. It's like, I think in the second game, there's a line of dialogue. I'll have to look it up and see if there's any implications in Mass Effect 3. As far as I'm aware of, no. There's just a line of dialogue in 2. Or sorry, a couple lines of dialogue in the second game. Well, actually, there might be more than 2, but I remember it not being a whole lot of extra things on it. I think it helps you in 2, but it's not that big of a deal. You know, you could skip it and be fine, but well, yeah, what if we save the galaxy? I think that's a pretty big deal. Yeah, we don't want that.
The work you're doing here is more important than anything any Quarian's ever done before.
Yes, I know. But you have to understand Quarian culture. We're a very insular society. The events beyond the flotilla don't much matter to the average citizen. Our greatest dream is that one day we'll return to our homeworld and drive out the Geth. But even if we stop Saren, that's not going to happen. There's still millions of Geth behind the veil. Until they're gone, our exile will continue.
Please, you've been driven from your planet for like hundreds of years. There's no way you're going to get back to your planet within the span of a trilogy. Anyway, so what's the answer?
What would you need to bring back to make everyone happy?
Something that would help us better understand the Geth. They've changed significantly since the exile. They've continued to evolve. We've done our best to study them, but it's not easy. They're very reclusive. Until recently, they never went beyond the borders of the Veil. And all the Geth we run into now are under Saren's control. We'd need to find Geth operating on their own, independently. But I don't want this to get in the way of our mission, Shepard. First, we stop Saren. Then I'll worry about my own problems.
Well, not really spoilery, but we do find the answer to that in the second game. Even without the info we give Tali, it just helps her understand it, but the second game does make sense of why this is what it is, which I like. So, yeah, now we can ask about our father specifically, because if you skip this, we'll never get this option here. Not that it's a big deal, but hey, for those who want to know a little bit of everything, there you go.
What was your father like?
It wasn't easy growing up as the daughter of one of the Admiralty. Even before he joined the board, he was a prominent figure. People looked to him for leadership. He had to set an example, and he expected the same of his daughter. Plus, he was pretty strict, a military man through and through. He never allowed me to settle for anything less than excellence. As a kid, I sometimes felt like he was pushing me too hard. But now, I'm old enough to appreciate what he taught me. The world doesn't owe us anything. If we want something in life, we have to earn it.
You know, all the all the characters joining you is kind of interesting, because a lot of us almost have military background, because Shepard has whatever she or he went through, and then the N7 program, which I don't know if Ashley or Kaiden went through that. I don't think they did, but they're still military. You know, Ashley's military, a soldier, and Kaiden's a biotic. Rex has been like from a war culture, Well, for the most part, but also a mercenary, so he's also been in war. So maybe not military per se, but but he's worked in militaries as a either advisor or a mercenary. Then we have Garrus, who's a security officer until he does what this is, which, I mean, it's not as extreme as a military, but you still have to go through certain training to get to that. And then there's Tally, who's also in the military, sort of. I mean, for her dad being a military man. So she got, I mean, not the exact training, so at least it makes sense that she knows how to use a pistol and all this other stuff. The only character that is kind of out of the loop is Liara, really. I mean, obviously, on my main file, I haven't talked to her yet, or gotten her yet, but she's like the only character that maybe she knows how to use a pistol just because to live in the outdoor, but she's like the only one who hasn't had that type of training. Maybe I'll talk about that later when we actually get her. It's kind of interesting how everyone who joins Shepard. So it's not like some games where a character joins you and they have like no combat experience, yet somehow they're just as powerful as everyone else. So I like that there's some realism to everyone's like skills and everything like that. So what about your mommy?
Where was your mother in all this?
Mother was around, but she always seemed to kind of blend into the background. Almost like she was overshadowed by my father. He tends to do that to people. She passed on about 5 years ago. Some airborne virus that swept through the fleet. Happens sometimes when the filters start to break down. I think my father took it pretty hard. After she was gone, he became even more focused on his work. I think that was his way of dealing with the grief.
Happens to a lot of widowers. They either go into work or they become too depressed depending on how long they've lived with their partner. Sad but true. Anyway, how about your dad? How close were you, really?
Sounds like a tough upbringing. You don't resent your father at all?
Like I said, it wasn't easy. My father's not the kind of person you bond with, and he wasn't around all that much. Too busy. People counted on him, and he took his duties seriously. Even when he was around, he always seemed a bit distant, like his mind was always somewhere else. Come to think of it, I can't ever remember seeing him smile. Not once. It's like he was always weighed down by all that responsibility. I mean, I know he cares about me, but he never really showed it, not in the usual way. I guess the best thing I can say about my father is that I respect him.
What do you want, what do you want from your legacy viewers if you have children to be respected or loved? Sometimes you can't have both. An interesting question.
I want to talk about something else.
Like what?
I should go.
I want to talk about something else. Bye. Anyway, yeah, we don't like a codex for that, which I won't get on my file. I forgot what codex it was, actually. Let me see if it'll pop up immediately when I look at it. Yeah, I think it's either like, I think it's either government or law of defense, one of the two that opens up about that. It might be government because she talks about the admiralty. Yeah, I think it's government. I think you can get this somewhere else as well. A lot of the stuff in the game isn't like specifically, well, okay, not all of it. There's some stuff that is specifically tied to certain characters and scan points, but there's other things that can be learned from other places and not just conversations with characters. I don't remember every single one in variation, so since I won't have this on my main file, I'll go ahead and read it here. So, due to the Quarian's precarious existence and the need to enforce strict rationing, government is somewhat autocratic. The migrant fleet's operations are directed by the Admiralty, a board of 5 military officers who are advised by the legislative body called the Conclave. Each vessel in the fleet has the right to send representatives to the Conclave aboard the flagship. The number of representatives is based on crew size. Larger clans with bigger ships have more votes from the core political blocks. Opposition comes from the Outriders coalition, with delegates from thousands of smaller ships. The Admiralty defers to the Conclave's decision in most circumstances. However, if all 5 members agree that a Conclave decision jeopardizes the survival of the fleet and cannot get the Conclave to address their concerns, they have the right to summarily overturn the legislative decision. After the Admiralty uses this extraordinary power, they must resign. If the Admiralty does not step down after using their veto, the rest of the military is obliged to arrest them. Each ship captain has authority over his vessel, but is advised by an elected civilian council, just as the Admiralty is advised by the Conclave. This relationship may range from cooperation to polite tolerance to outright hostility, but any captain who overrules this council without good reasoning is relieved of command by the Admiralty. Many Quarian ships are owned by clans who pool their resources to purchase used ships from private sellers. Large ships are prestigious for big and rich clans, but a small ship means status for a small clan with enough personal wealth to afford a private vessel. Clan vessel captains are not subject to dismissal by their admiralty. Abusive captains are a family problem if they do not disrupt the operations of the fleet. There might be another like Quarian thing here, but anyway. Yeah, I'll eventually read them overall. So, alright, we're done with that. So, finally back to main file this time. I swear, folks. After all this time. Okay, I don't think that's the one I want. I think I was testing something when I was on the autosave there, so. Yay, we can finally go to the council council. We can finally go to the Citadel officially, even though we're only going to be here for like two quests, I think. And that's it. So, although we are here to check all the inventory, now that we've passed level 50, and since all level 10 stuff is unlocked now, we should be able to unlock, buy some pretty good stuff that you can't get from. Because even though the guy says the store has a lot of options, or he can get a lot of stuff with his license, he really is kind of restricted on certain materials. Like you still. I guess it's kind of good that the game kind of requires you to go back to the Citadel every once in a while to see about how often the shops change. God, that outfit looks terrible on you, Garrus. Mainly just the color. But yeah, the main thing, the reason I brought these two here is because I want to check the non-human. Oh, whoops! I forgot to go to the Citadel. Great. I forgot I was still on Feros. My bad. Whoops.
Stand by, shore
I'm gonna leave that in. I was thinking about cutting that out to where I'm actually at the Citadel this time, but yeah, I forgot this file hadn't gone to the Citadel yet. I was gonna head to the Citadel, but I didn't do that. And my autosave file has me at the Presidium, so it's not at the
decontamination in progress.
And really, there's no reason to go to Feros anymore because everyone's dead. Everyone's dead. D-E-D dead. Oh yeah, and I can no wait, I already did that on my other character file. Never mind. I was about to say I can show you what happens if Feros is destroyed and what Exogeny says, but nope, that was last episode. I actually showed that, so never mind. Oh, now I know why I left this spot here is because as soon as you finish 2 of the critical planets, you get a call.
Good timing, Commander. We got a transmission coming in from the Citadel. Top priority clearance.
Is it the ambassador?
It's not his signature. I think it's from the council. I'll patch it through in the comm room.
Yeah, we get an emergency call from the council after doing 2. You only have to do 2 critical planets to do this. So, and this opens up the last critical planet of the game.
Commander Shepard, we've received information that may be critical to your mission against Saren.
Okay, technically it's not the last critical planet. It's the last critical planet that you can choose to go to at a certain point. So, good. Tell me now. You're helping me.
You didn't seem that interested in helping me before. Why now?
The Council agreed that Saren was dangerous, Commander. That was why we made you a Spectre. We only balked at unleashing the full force of the Citadel fleet against him.
Nobody on the Council wants to see you fail, so we contacted you with this latest information.
We've received an urgent message from one of our infiltration regiments in the Traverse.
You know, it's interesting how, like, when you talk to the Council, it's always the Turian councilman that's always on your ass every time. All the other ones, either the Asari diplomatic or the Solarian, just kind of has his own thing to say. But yeah, it's the Turian that always gives you grief, no matter what choice whether you like chose to kill the Rachni or save it, or if you save the Feros colony or not, he's still on you about that. So, but anyway, infiltration units.
You mean spies?
Spectres tend to attract attention, Commander. But they are only one arm of the Council. Special task groups are often a better option for monitoring developing situations.
We currently have several infiltration units scattered throughout the border regions of Citadel space. This particular unit was gathering intel on Saren.
I do like games or worlds that have that the governments or whatever actually do have things outside of the main character. Like they're not just waiting for the main. Well, I mean the game is still waiting for the main character to do things because that's just the restriction on certain game designs and everything like that. But I like it when government bodies have other ways of getting information or doing things outside of you. So, like, it's not always the main character saving the day or getting all the information. You know, it's just a little bit. I mean, yeah, we play games to not be realistic, but you know, sounds serious. And why wasn't I told?
I don't like being kept in the dark.
We can't have you racing around the galaxy chasing false leads, Commander. We only contacted you because we feel this may be significant.
Unfortunately, the message we received was little more than static. The infiltration team must be in a situation where they can't set up proper interstellar communications. But the message was sent on a channel reserved for mission-critical communications. Whatever they were trying to tell us, we know it was important. Considering your interest in Saren, we thought you might want to investigate this. Find out what happened to our team. The signal originated from the planet Vauldemare.
Yep, and Vauldemare, the final critical planet of choice to go to. I think it's kind of funny how they say we can't have you gallivanting going across the galaxy on false leads, but I can be going around the galaxy, going to random planets that have nothing to do with anything, but what do I know, right? Thanks for the info, I understand. I don't have time for this.
A missing infiltration team's not my problem. Clean up your own mess.
That unit may have sacrificed their lives to get this message out. Saren is up to something on Vauldemare. You'd see that if it weren't for your stubborn human pride.
A lot of Bothans died for this. I mean, infiltration units. I'm sorry, you made your point. This is my investigation. You said it was my investigation, so I'm doing it my way.
I will find Saren, but I'm doing it my way.
The Council prefers not to become involved in the specifics of Spectre activities. We only want you to be aware of all your options, including Vauldemare. Good luck, Commander Shepard. We will keep you advised if we learn anything else.
I like the fact that we can say and tell them we're going to do it our way. We have to go there anyway, so... Oh well. Anyway, in the journal, we now unlocked Vauldemare. You've received word that Solarian reconnaissance that a team on Vauldemare has information about Saren. The message wasn't clear, and the Council fears the team is in danger. So yeah, we can go now. I forgot what the galaxy is called Vauldemare in, but that is unlocked now. And then we get the Race Against Time one. Saren is searching for the conduit, an ancient relic dating back to the Protheans. I think we got this after we did the thing with the Thorian or whatever. Through the visions burned into your mind by the beacon on Eden Prime, you believe the conduit is a weapon capable of wiping out all life in the galaxy. Saren must be stopped. You must explore Feros, Novari, the Artemis Tau cluster, and Vauldemare to find the clues that lead to the conduit before Saren. And that basically takes us to the end game, where, I mean, after you hit that point, you're pretty much you have to go to one place, and then that sets you on a chain to. I mean, technically there is some free time after a certain event, after Vauldemare. But for the most part, I tend to go to the end game stuff at that point anyway, which is, we'll finish everything before we get to that point. So I have to save Vauldemare for pretty much, or I have to save going to the Citadel. After going to Vauldemare, I have to save going to the Citadel unless I'm ready to basically call it at that point. So I'm still trying to consider if I want to do Vauldemare just to kind of show, or Vauldemare like next and then do Liara last. But the thing is, it's a critical planet, and it's one of those places that all the characters have something to say there. And I've already missed out on a ton of oh yeah, it's the Century Omega cluster. So, but the thing is, like I said, it's a critical planet, and a lot of characters do have dialogue on it, and a lot of them do get the dialogue not based on, I mean, some of it's based off choice, obviously, because it's whoever you bring. But they have dialogue outside of that because it's a major critical planet. Unlike the other ones where other critical planets where you only had whoever was with you. In this case, everyone's involved in this one, so it's best to have her with you. And I think doing the 2 planets before her will get me the dialogue I want. I might test that on off screen in my own time just to see if I'm right. I think I am, though. It's been forever since I've had gone to Liara last. I did do a run where I went to her after Vauldemare. There wasn't really much other than her being far behind and what's going on. It didn't change the dialogue too much. You just don't get as many opportunities to talk to Liara about like her past and everything like that. So really the only benefit to doing that is just, you know, like I said, you miss out on, like, if you played it for the first time, you miss out on a lot of stuff by not getting her first. Obviously on other playthroughs it doesn't really matter, but first time playing it is. And finally back to the Citadel. Yeah, gotta check all the shops. Although really, I think the only shops I really need to check is the one in the financial district and the markets. But okay, now we can step back off. Oh, every once in a while, if I move the control here while it's loading, sometimes I'll get stuck on the side. That's happened to me a couple of times when I was doing stuff off screen. I was like, and I had to, and sometimes I would be close enough to talk to Presley and it would fix me. So yeah, playing old games that aren't patched. Or at least that haven't been patched by the fan community or something like that. Although with the Legendary Edition or whatever it is. Now people won't even worry about the old version of the game anymore. Now they'll just patch the new one. I've heard after all the stuff they changed in the new version, I've heard mods were already ready to go to restore some of the stuff they'd taken out of the original game. So I might consider getting the Legendary Edition when it comes on sale or something like that, and then download whatever mods they get so I can get the original experience that wasn't handled incorrectly. But God, actually those colors do not work. I mean, the red works well on Rex because he's already red, but Garrus, he's definitely a blue guy. Oh yeah, and this talks about just Exogeny leaving it. So yeah, the missions we have to get here to complete are the Nassari Ambassador and Kohoku. And I think that's it. I think I've done everything else that for some reason I thought a couple more missions unlocked here, but I think that's because I'd done a good deal of them when I came here after Novaria. So for some reason I thought there was like a handful more that I could get, but I must be misremembering. Alright, I don't think I'll double check the Spectre shop, but I don't think that has anything really major as well. And we already did our Earthborn background mission already, so but yeah, if we check the journal, let's see. Oh yeah, we still have to go. Yeah, now we have the Maroon Sea cluster opened up, so we got that to deal with, as well as a couple other places because of Feros. That's yeah, diplomacy. We'll do these soon. Yeah, sorry, diplomacy and the missing Marines. I think that's it. And we're gonna get these Prothean artifacts very soon. But yeah, let me check the Spectre store. I don't remember having. I mean, obviously, if I need to buy more tin equipment, if my in-store thing doesn't.
Show me what you've got.
I'll open the rare stocks.
I might just buy one of each, just to. Although, yeah, they cost like $1 million. Yeah, that's why I've been saving a lot of my money for. Is they cost 1 million credits per weapon, except for, well, unless you have high charisma or whatever. Let's see. I might come back for that tool maybe. It's not the best tool, but it's definitely. It doesn't have the same cooldown. Actually, that might not be good on. Let me look on Garrus, because Garrus doesn't have first aid, does he? Oh no, he does. Okay, never mind. I'm misremembering. I think it's medicine he didn't have. Okay.
Hello, Commander.
Sorry, let me look at those equipment
I'll
again.
open the rare stocks.
Yeah, I might come back and buy that before I leave. Maybe I'll see what else we got. I don't know why they leave all the old equipment on here, like the level 3s. You'd think at some point it wouldn't matter, but I don't know. Maybe you're trying to play like a low item run or something like that, or low stats run or something like that on higher difficulties. So yeah, for the shield bonus and the medical recharge wouldn't be bad. I mean, the tech cooldown isn't as good, but yeah, that's where a lot of the cost in the end game is. The Spectre gear, most of it, the good weapons cost 1 million credits. So, all right, let's go to Kohoku. And I think what I might do is let's go to the Presidium first, because now I can with that Marley thing, I can see if I want to consider buying any of the Marley stuff, because it's supposed to appear on certain shops when you get the license, so it might even appear on the Spectre shop as well. Oh right, we also need to talk to the ambassador too. Oh, I almost forgot to do that. I need to do that with Femship as well, because he has some different dialogue if you save the colony as opposed to destroying. I thought I forgot something. Luckily I can still go back on my file and do that. Maybe I'll do that at the end of the episode or something like that.
I saw your Feros report. If we had known anything about the Thorian, Exogeny would never have been given the permits to start a colony there. I just wish you'd saved the colony. We can't afford too many failures in the Traverse. It's one of our major expansion regions.
Well, sorry, dude. I had a job to do. That's all you care about? I did my best. They were expendable.
I'm out to stop Saren. Nothing else matters.
Sometimes I envy you, Commander. Running around the galaxy doing whatever you please, never worried about the long-term consequences. No, you leave that to me. I have to look at the big picture, and usually it's not very pretty.
Just ignore him, Shepard.
The ambassador's a little bitter sometimes. Comes with the job.
A little bitter. Yeah, I wonder how many people realize you can go talk to Odina after every major critical plant. I bet a lot of people skipped them by accident, not realizing it. So.
Yes, Commander.
And now that we have Vauldemare, we can ask him about that now.
Do you know anything about Vauldemare?
Sorry, Shepard. I've never even heard of it before all this. You'll have to go out there and check it out for yourself.
I should go.
I'll be here if you need anything.
You don't know everything, Captain Harrison? What? But you're supposed to know everything. I've been lied to. But anyway, yeah, so. I think the first time I played the game, I think I missed talking to Odina as well. Because even though I played BioWare games where a lot of dialogue, there is a lot of dialogue in the game that added after major events. Although it's nowhere near like Dragon Quest. Holy cow. You should try playing some of the later Dragon Quest games where I swear every NPC has new dialogue after... Oh yeah, we've heard this dialogue before. I swear every creature has new dialogue... Every character has new dialogue after a major event. I mean everyone, I swear. I played one version where I talked to everyone just to see how extensive the dialogue was. And I was like, it took me like 5 hours to go through a dialogue every time a thing changed. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to do this for everyone anymore. This is crazy.
I know you. You're Commander Shepard, the human Spectre. Is there something I can do for you?
And yeah, this time we never got the mission from her. We just kind of found out about it and just did it, so.
You're Nassana, right? I ran into your sister, Dahlia. It didn't end well for her.
What? Are you saying she's...
Yeah, I know what she is. You didn't have to tell me or manipulate me. I did because I wanted to. I know the truth. She is. I killed her myself with my own bare hands.
Dahlia's dead, Nassana, and I know she was blackmailing you.
And I was all set to try to manipulate you into hunting her down for me. But I guess that won't be necessary now, will it?
You wanted your sister dead?
If people found out my sister was a criminal, I'd be considered a security risk. They'd revoke my clearance, or place me on administrative leave until she was apprehended. I shall transfer a little something into your account as a token of my appreciation.
Is the same.
You'll find the amount satisfactory.
Oh yeah, and I think to convince her, all you need is like a 3 intimidate and 3 charm, so it doesn't take much at all. So I could still do the charm option if I really wanted to. I'm not going to, but when she says you wanted to kill your sister, as far as I know, everyone says that. Like I did with Ashley and like Liara, and they just say the same line. So no unique dialogue for me that I've noticed anyway. Maybe I missed a combination of characters to do it. So sorry, sweetie, credits won't cut it.
I'm a Spectre, not some merc for hire. I can find credits anywhere.
True, but I'm the only one who can authorize you to purchase prototype Asari mods. I will get you added to our manufacturer's preferred client. Goodbye, Shepard. It has been a pleasure doing business with you.
I like the fact that she basically admits that she was going to manipulate you, even though you already did the job. So she's like, "Well, I was going to do that, but."
I gave you what you wanted, Shepard. We have nothing more to discuss.
And you feel like for those who are playing Paragon thinking she's getting away with this, let's just say that this gets resolved in the second game. Let's just say that. For those of you who are curious, so which is a nice little touch for that game. But whenever we get to that, we'll get to that. So, all right, time to teleport again. Let's go see Kohoku and tell him about his Marine that were all killed by that Thresher Maw. Yeah, remember we did that a while back, folks? We're now finally gonna tell him about that. So, I could have gone to Citadel earlier, but I thought I wanted to go at a specific time, you know, just to kind of keep it all together. So let's go to the Citadel Tower. Oh yeah, I need to go remind myself to go to the financial district and look over the armors and stuff like that. Yeah, I forgot to go to Udina when I was playing FemShep. I was like, I knew I forgot something when I was running around. I thought I'd done everything, but oh, I don't know why I'm going this way. Over here. I will tell you, sir. Your men are gone.
Commander, any word on my missing men?
Well, you've been waiting for quite a few hours, haven't you, sir? Like 10 hours or something like that. Or actually, it's been longer than that. But anyway, I'm sorry. I've got bad news. They're dead.
I found them. What was left of them. They ran into a Thresher Maw.
A Thresher Maw? That's not... My men wouldn't just stumble into a Thresher nest. Not the entire unit.
It's kind of weird. Like he rubs his neck when he tells them they're all dead by a Thresher Maw. Like he's like it's awkward or something like that. So it wasn't their fault. It was a trap. They were set up.
Somebody lured them there with an Alliance distress beacon. Placed it perfectly so they'd land right beside the Thresher nest.
Damn it. I had a bad feeling about this ever since my team disappeared. An Alliance beacon used as bait, my unit wiped out, and nobody seems to know anything about it. Commander, I appreciate what you did. Now I need to do my part. The families of those Marines deserve to know why they died.
I don't know why it's still asking about Banes. Can I help? Good luck. I don't care. Not my
I don't
problem.
have time for this.
You've already done enough, Shepard. The rest is up to me.
Exit stage right. Or, yeah. Alright, anyway. And you're probably thinking to yourself, well, that's it for the mission, right? Nothing left to do. They just got convinced. No. It's actually not quite. We're not quite done with that quest yet. It'll pop back up when we go to when we go back onto the ship. I think you just have to travel to a planet or a system or something like that, and he'll contact you about learning more. So I like the fact that there are some missions that tie into a chain of missions or whatever. So I think it's this shop I want to go to. I think this one has a nice set of upgrades. I remember messing with this on screen. I could have swore I found some pretty good stuff for Rex, like some good in-game armor for him to buy for. I don't know about Garrus. I wasn't really paying attention to Garrus really at this point,
Commander,
but
what exactly do you sell?
Oops, I did not mean to choose that. Let me buy something. Let's see. Non-human armors. I think it was under this one anyway. So, did it? Oh no, it didn't. I hate how random the items can be. Because it doesn't have, or maybe it might be under the other armors, but it's not what I was looking at. It was like called the. It wasn't Titan. It was like something L type or whatever. It was really strong armor, but it's random. So, ugh. Maybe I'll do that again off screen. So, yeah, that's not good at all. It was like something L type armor or something, but let's see. Yeah, his Colossus is pretty good. Yeah, the Predator isn't like better shields, but that's it. So, yeah, I know what armor I want. It's just it didn't pop up. So, all right. There is another shop I can check. Maybe it's that one.
Tell me your items.
I could have swore it was this one I checked that had it. Let's see. Yeah, not this one. Or this one. But this one. Yeah, no. The Colossus is really good armor. And we got a biotic amp here, but I think... actually, might buy that for Rex. I mean, it's not as good in the cooldown, but... Or power. Well, maybe I'll hold off on that. Actually, are there any good upgrades? Whoops.
Why do you...
I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, he didn't really have much in the way of upgrades. Man, this shop really is random. There used to be, like, snowblind items here as well, so I really don't get how they figured that out. Like, and I assume if you want to reset it, I assume you have to, like, leave the area and then come back, and that'll reset the shop or whatever. But yeah, it didn't. That shop did not drop the stuff I wanted. And the med clinic doesn't upgrade its equipment either. Like, there's no, like, medical interface 10s in her shop, despite getting the discount for it. So that's kind of a bust. Yeah, it's kind of weird how they stopped, like, upgrading certain shops at a point, or they didn't care to go past a certain point. But, oh well. Yeah, I think... Oh, and we get the next section of the guy trying to get his money back for the... Oh, did I... Maybe I have to walk back in and to click it. I should have teleported to the med clinic instead.
Oh, sure. I can return that for you.
Thanks. Hasn't worked well since I bought it.
Hey, are you refunding his stuff?
Here you go. Your account will be credited.
You did! You took his return! Look, I'm telling you, I bought this here. Why won't you return it?
I can't take it back unless...
I know. Unless I have a proof of purchase.
Yeah, the next step in the guy trying to get his credit back for his stuff. I forgot how it ends in the third game, actually. It's been forever since I played the third game that I don't remember how it concludes. I don't think there's a shop I'm talking about, but I was just seeing if there's anything here that... usually weapon-wise, yeah, nothing here. I didn't think so. Some shops you can pretty much ignore for the rest of the game. I think it was this guy's shop. The guy who's like, "You'll be pleased, I think," or something like that.
Yes, human. You need something.
Yeah, very
you will
pleased.
Be pleased, I think.
Maybe it's this one that had the one armor. There it is. Okay. the Predator L armor is, I think is probably like one of the best armors in the game, just overall. I was hoping we'd find the Krogan version of it, which I think I saw at that other shop, but yeah, look at that, 450 shields. I mean, it doesn't have as good damage protection, but it has really good tech and biotic protection. What I want, though, the thing is, I actually want the medium version of this because it has better damage protection. So I might still hold off on this, although it has really good shields. I may buy it just for the shields and the tech protection. That's a tough choice. Oh, and then there's the Colossus Axe if we want to keep that. What version of armor does he actually have on right now? Is it light or is it medium? Oh yeah, I already bought some of the X armor off screen. He has the light version of that armor. Okay, so I could buy it right. Whoops.
What do you know about Bane?
I have never.
No,
Yes,
I want to
alright
talk
then.
to you.
Good tidings to
Or I
you,
want to buy
human.
stuff.
Yes, human.
No.
I need something.
What do you know about Bane?
I have never.
Stop it. Okay.
Oh, you will be pleased, I think.
What do you have in standard items? Yeah, nothing. Like I said, with the yeah, with the advent of buying Spectre gear, there's no reason
Yes,
to buy
human.
weapons
You need
anymore.
something.
What do you know?
I have never.
Yeah, I could buy that one just to cover, but it's not a huge. The thing is, it's not a huge difference. though. You can see the. Well, I mean, 60 shields, but that's not as big as like 145 or 135 shields. Now that's a big difference. I'm just really trying to decide how much does it cost. Because I want to save my money for buying Spectre gear first and then armor. But okay, well, if I find any good armor, I'll let you folks know. So that's it for that's it for the Citadel. All we came here for is to get Kohoku, really, because that sets the next set of missions. But doing the Nassana diplomacy obviously helps as well. I'm trying to remember if there's any other random dialogues that I need to unlock here that I ran. Oops, I hit the mic. Not that I'm aware of, other than the elevator stuff. There might be some random dialogue near like that Krogan statue where those two people are talking, but I don't remember that being interesting enough to be worth my time. So, and I might leave the Citadel and come back just to see if I can unlock any extra dialogue. Sorry about that.
I've been raised to see Krogan as bloodthirsty thugs, but you've surprised me, Rex. You are different.
The genophage is a lot easier to swallow when all Krogan are savage monsters, isn't it? Why don't you head back to the Normandy, kid? If you stay here in the real world, you might have to learn something.
Oh yeah, well, when you think about it, Krex is kind of the. Actually, I think Rex is the. Well, actually, no, I think even with Liara, I think Rex is because Asari lived like a really long time. But no, I think Rex is the oldest member of the crew by quite a bit, actually. And then Garrus is technically young. We actually got quite a few young people in the group because Garrus is supposed to be pretty young. Like technically, by his racist standards, he's technically a young adult. Liara is technically a young adult too / teenager. Tali's also a teenager / young adult.
Stand by, shore party.
I think Ashley's supposed to be like 25 or something like that, and Kaiden's supposed to be around a similar age too, maybe 25, 26. I'll have to look it up again. I mean, not that their ages really matter that much, but I think everyone in the group is a young adult. Like Rex is the only old person. Well, it's standard for most adventure games or RPGs where most of the main characters are teenagers. It's especially bad in Japanese RPGs where most of the characters are like 15 or 16 and they somehow save the world. I mean, it works in that just because of how silly and over the top it is, but okay. Let's go to another planet. I think as soon as we do, we should get a extra set of dialogue, or Kohoku should call us about a mission. So let's go, where is it? I think I'll save the asteroid cluster after I get Liara on the team. Same with Pinnacle Station. Where is the maroon? See, okay, Maroon City. Yeah, that, or was it this one? Wait, hold on. Maybe it was Voyager. Because yeah, that opened up. We're not gonna do that yet, of course. No, I guess it is the Maroon City. Okay. And let's Let's just go like Vostok or something like that. Yeah, we should get out of the Citadel. I'll have to go back. Like I said, I'll probably go back off screen to see if I can unlock that Predator L equipment, because that's like, that stuff's ridiculously good for Rex, especially his heavy version. Same with Garrus, if we can get the medium version of that armor as well. Let's see. I went to Vostok, right?
Message for you, Commander. Just came in over a secure channel.
Shepard, this is Admiral Kohoku. I found out who set that trap for my men. The ones killed by the Thresher Moor. Damn, I hope you get this message. It was a group called Cerberus. An Alliance Black Ops organization. Top secret, highest level security clearance. They vanished a few months ago. Dropped right off the grid. Nobody knew where they went or what they were up to. They've gone completely rogue, Shepard. They're conducting illegal genetic experiments, trying to create some kind of super soldier. I don't have any proof, but I found the coordinates for one of their research worlds. I'm uploading them with this message. They're completely out of control. Somebody needs to stop them. I've done my part. Now it's up to you. This is probably the last you'll hear from me. Cerberus is after me now. I need to disappear before they find me.
You know, I don't know why I kept saying his name was Kohaku. It's Kohoku because of the O, but I kept saying. So yeah, apparently this admiral did everything by himself. You think? But I guess the idea is that Cerberus is part of like an alliance organization. So yeah, with that we get the, now that we've gone from missing Marines to the uncharted Cerberus. Yeah, we heard about them before, but it looks like they're a bigger threat. Hopefully we can stop this group now before they make any more appearances in other games, right? Admiral Kohoku has given you the coordinates of the research facility run by the Cerberus group. You need to investigate the planet Binthu to find out why Cerberus has unleashed alien monstrosities in Attican Traverse. Go to the Yangshi system in the Voyager cluster and investigate Cerberus activities on Binthu. Yeah, I was holding off on doing the Voyager cluster because this was one of those missions I locked and I wanted to make sure to get that all back to back. So, let's see. I'm seeing if there's any missions here. I might be able to just do this, to do all these planets. Oh no, there's a facility here. Okay. Whoops. Okay, sorry, wrong button. So yeah, that's why, because now that we've unlocked the Maroon Sea system, so now we have the Maroon Sea, and then it was, I think, Maroon Sea, and then Voyager cluster, and then obviously the Vauldemare system. I think that's, oh, and then Exodus, because there's something we can check there. But I think those are the only two major systems I have left, outside of story-based stuff that I need to check out. So, all right. Sorry, really quick. I'm checking my notes really quick, see what time we're at. So, okay. So I think we're gonna call it here. But before we finish the episode, let me go back to Boudica really quick, so we can so I can show off what the good ambassador says if we save Feros this time instead of let it rot or die. So I know I should have done this with like Novaria and stuff like that too, but I wasn't thinking about that at the time. But oh well, at least I can show you this. So while I'm here, since it's really quick and easy. So no, your wife's dead. Stop it. No, sorry. I don't know if I ever showed off the good option of that. Well, I think I did, where you could just like intimidate him to either give the body or not. But hey, I saved the colony. Oh yeah, I forgot where you can get. I think you can get this on the ship, this specific codex. But anyway.
I saw your Feros report. If we had known anything about the Thorian
See, that's the same.
Thank God the colony survived. We can't afford to have too many failures out in the Traverse. It's one of our major expansion regions.
You weren't there. Yeah, that's my job. That's all you care about?
You don't give a damn about the colonists. It's all just politics to you, isn't it?
We can't all be the hero who charges in to save the day, Commander. But we each serve humanity in our own way. You can't escape interstellar politics. It's part of the big picture, and sometimes it isn't pretty.
I said stage left.
Just ignore him, Shepard. The ambassadors are...
Okay, but anyway. I think he says the same thing about Vauldemare.
Do you know anything about Vauldemare?
Sorry, Shepard. I've never even heard of it before all this.
Well, anyway, that's all that he says about that. So, I like the idea that I think the idea was Udina was going to be this like interesting character because, you know, he's politics. Everyone hates politics, but it needs to be done. But then in the third game, it kind of just throws a lot of that out the window. Not saying it's bad because it makes sense in the context of that game. And try not to spoil anything, but it's like... And I like the third game too. Don't get me wrong. It's just... I don't know. I guess because of the severity and where the story had to go and stuff like that, you kind of had to do certain things. So, all right. Well, I mean, I finished the episode a little bit earlier than I normally would, but I feel that's a good place to stop. So, in the next episode of Mass Effect, we're going to find out what Kohoku learned about Cerberus. It's time to go to the Voyager cluster finally and see what mystery is lurking there. Hopefully, the Admiral's still alive, but given what he said, I'm not feeling too great about his chances. So thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.